is up, black people? How y'all doing? I want to let all you black women know you need to get a white man in your life.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is ladyblaxican coming at you with another video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notifications so you're notified anytime I drop a new video. Also, shout out to the new subbies. Welcome to the family, y'all. If anyone has any ideas, feedback, or videos you want me to react to, please email me. My email is always in the About section, also in the description box below. It's ladyblaxican@gmail.com. Finally, as y'all know, the dust is quite fierce. The dust is quite fierce. So in case we need a backup plan, I've created a second channel for us. I'll link that for you below. Multiracial children.
Oh, I kind of segued right into that.
That's a good segue. Speaking of,
because I have a multiracial child too, but
we're multiracial too.
She has more black in her.
Typically black, right? And so our daughter, she's more white passing.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. I kind of picked this topic because I was listening to Real Talk with Yanni.
Okay,
and she had a caller who is married to a white man, but is concerned about having biracial children. She's like terrified because, oh my God.
Why did she say
she was saying that like they won't fit in, they feel some certain way. And it's just like, how do you know what we feel?
Yeah.
We're multiracial, we're biracial, whatever. You can't say how we feel about ourselves. Yeah. That's your perception. From what I've seen, multiracial, biracial people only have issues when other people are involved.
Other people, and if they don't have a strong foundation at home.
Right. And we grew up very fortunate to grow up in the family that we grew up because we had
our mother was a biracial mammy, but she did do good as far as the cultural shit was concerned.
That, and then our grandparents' house was the place to go where it was like everybody.
Everybody felt safe.
Mexican, white. It was a place where everybody could commune and share food and share laughter and it was so warm and welcoming. So that's how we grew up. But then it's just kind of California culture too.
Yeah.
Everybody's mixing up. I think that we're more fortunate to have been able to get the best experience multiculturally, multiracially.
Yeah.
Because it just was so seamless. It didn't feel awkward. It just
seemed normal.
Yeah, it was normal for us. So like our children now, we don't tell them they're black or they're white. We're like, you're mixed. You are mixed racially.
Yeah.
You don't have to fit in anywhere. You're a chameleon.
Because you can fit in everywhere.
You can fit in everywhere. So we don't want them to have that mindset that, oh, I can't fit in with black people because my skin's not dark enough. That's not true.
Well, and I think that's kind of a cop-out anyway. Because like I'm like the whitest guy in any room that I go into. But I pretty much always get along with black folk that I hang out with or I work with or whatever. So I don't think it has anything to do with complexion. I think it just has to do with you individually, personally. Also, I think there's a huge element that lady was kind of missing is that as the culture and society evolves, we're becoming more and more of a blended society where if you're mixed, it doesn't matter. Like
historically, we've been mixing
since the dawn of time.
Yes.
I mean, the mixing is nothing new. It's only more recent for us to like think about it because of 50s and 60s, Jim Crow, whatever. Like, but even before that, people were mixing. Like,
well, the existence of like a quote white people is like that's a new thing. Like before that, you were Italian, you were French, you were English, you were Irish.
Right.
Like
so there was even discrimination amongst blacks.
Exactly. The existence of a quote unquote white people is like not even 200 years old.
That's only really new because they were trying to consolidate whiteness.
Yes, in America we were trying to consolidate
for white
people together.
Because it started out with the class culture.
Yes,
the class differences.
It always boils down to money.
And so black women should stop being concerned about that kind of thing.
I mean, but raising children in general is gonna be, it's not easy.
It's terrible.
Crap. Like
it's terrible.
But like if you're in a interracial relationship and you want to have children, have children. You are the ones that set the precedents for how you want your children raised, not society.
I think it's awesome that children can like double dip in culture.
Of course.
Right? Like that's not a minus. That's
Right.
like that's a plus. You get to experience twice as much culture,
Right.
because now you have both sides of the equation or whatever. And so you get to experience like a plethora of things that a normal all black child or all Asian child or all white child wouldn't get to experience. You get to experience twice as much stuff, three times as much stuff.
There's so much depth there that exists just in our children existing because we're giving them two different worldviews, you know?
And that reminds me, this kind of ties into the subject matter, the adaptation
Of course.
of other cultures, especially us as divestors who are keeping our options open. That's just the reality of the situation. Now, I think that we were very lucky to grow up in a multiracial culture. So for us, it's like second nature.
Right. I don't know anything different.
I don't know anything different. Like that's what I've said. That's like the main point. Like the primary culture was the fact that it was diverse. That was the primary culture.
So I can
Everything else was
understand the
secondary.
fear if you either grew up in all black or all white. Like, what do we do? I don't know what to
So
do.
what do we do?
Just be open-minded to everything. Open your mind. Travel. Right?
What about the
Or just hang out with people that look different than you,
right?
right? I don't know how to not get along with people that look
The
different.
world is so big. Go explore it.
What about the rumor? I feel humbly that it's a rumor that you have to sort of dilute yourself in order to be able to experience these different cultures. Because I never experienced that.
What do you mean?
Like maybe if you're a little bit more aggressive and direct in the way that you speak, maybe you're a little bit louder. Do you have to quiet down in order to like go to the Italian's house and have spaghetti?
I think it's always
First
a
of
good
all, they're
idea.
super loud.
Yeah, that was probably a terrible example.
I think it's a good idea to observe everything before you get comfortable. Be observant.
Oh.
You know,
yeah,
I mean,
word to the wise.
That's like,
and
step one.
You don't have to change yourself in being observant. Observant does not negate
There's definitely
changing
some
yourself.
truth to, speaking of Italians, like when in Rome, you're not dumbing yourself down or diluting yourself. You're being respectful of the culture that you're entering. So if you go to another culture, if you spend time with another culture, you can still be true to yourself.
Right, like we
but just
lived
be
in
respectful.
Japan for 3 years.
And so
We lived in Japan for 3 years.
I think it's a little bit different when we're talking about culture in terms
But that's
of...
like a really extreme
But I'm
example,
that's like-
talking
right?
about Americanized white people versus Americanized black people. Like, for example, I talk to my subscribers about how I've moved to very posh, primary white neighborhoods.
Right.
I still blast my hip hop.
Oh, I do too.
That's what I'm
Like I do
and
too.
that's like, I don't think
That's
there's
what I'm saying.
anything
And then
wrong
I
with
get
that.
to the house. Hi, everybody. Hi. You know, I got pie. You know? And like in my personal experience, when I've been brought to primary, because I've been the only black girl several times, or the multiracial girl, whatever the hell. Primary black girl.
Right.
Well,
Several times. I've never had to cut off. They love how I'm just like so funny and just
Like I wore my
whatever.
hair natural.
Exactly.
Like
White people love the natural
I
hair.
get so many compliments. Some
It's
of the
always
white
white
women, though,
people.
they need to back up because they always want to stick their
But the
hands
white-
in their hair. But like, I like.
She's pro don't touch my hair. I'm pro touch my hair.
I'm like.
it's a preference thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Depends.
It depends too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because the first time it happened, I'm like, oh, this is different because it never happened in California.
Like, why are
Maybe
you
it's
petting
because
me?
everybody was, where it was, but like moving outside of California and kind of where they don't see as many people of color or black people or it's different. But I never felt like I had to dim my light to fit in anywhere. I'm observant. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna see. Okay, of course, but that's what do you do when you go to work? You have to
Assimilate to the culture of that company.
So
That's true. Code switch.
Code switch.
And black women are very good at it.
Oh yeah, all day long.
So why are you afraid?
don't do it.
As
Just
the-
do it.
So,
Go ahead.
okay, so the
Don't
bottom
worry
line is
about
this.
it.
First of all, you know how to code switch, so calm the hell down. And second of all, it's a lie, really. I mean, you can be observant, but it's it's sort of a lie. I feel that you really have to 100% be this whole different person in order to experience
yourself. You think white people are worried about being
So I got piss-faced drunk in front of like my best friend who's Asians, the elders. I was so embarrassed. And she was embarrassed too. But nobody thought anything of it.
Asians drink a lot though.
They do drink.
But they can't. They can't.
They
can't.
do.
They can't digest
But they're
alcohol
fun.
like
But they're
everybody
fun.
else. They throw up everywhere.
Well, the years we spent in Japan, I don't recall ever seeing somebody drinking to the point that they threw up. But I do remember them partying very hard.
They
very
literally
hard.
work to have fun. Like they're like karaoke Mondays. Like we're going to the karaoke bar. Like right on a Tuesday. Like they don't care.
They strive for balance because they also have one of the highest suicide rates in the world, and so you either work yourself quite literally to death, or you know how to work and have fun.
Right.
So you gotta. They're. I think culturally they're still trying to attain that balance.
Living in Japan as a woman of color.
Yeah.
In Japan, there's not a lot of it. Even on the military installation,
You can like take this whole she's multiracial out of it.
In Japan, I'm black. I'm black.
Right? In Japan, you are not white.
When I went to the hairstylist to get my hair done, what did she hand me? Ebony magazine. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. She.
Oh wow.
Like, I'm black.
You want Ebony or Jet?
Which is impressive that they even had the magazine.
The fact that it was there, they understand at least a little bit of the culture.
But like where we were living, I wore my hair natural a majority of the time, and I never
natural meaning curly.
My hair is
like,
curly.
Like
I am
big giant
3B ish,
Okay.
3A, 3B, something like that, right? I wore my hair natural most of the time, and I never felt awkward. I mean, I was immersed in the culture. I was never on base where we were stationed.
They were in the military, for those of y'all who are new.
Well, yeah, I was out by then, but I never, me and my friend, Japanese friend, best friend, she took me everywhere. I was never on base.
So you got to experience the culture.
And I literally got to be immersed
because you were brave.
I was very, but
you don't have a choice.
what are you going to spend your life not doing anything?
Staying holed up in your apartment on base? Yeah.
There were people literally on base that were like, oh, I never leave. Like, what?
Why the hell?
What
Why
are you doing
are you
here?
in Japan?
Like, go out and explore. And it's amazing how much even the Japanese people are willing to adapt and bring. Like, they were very big fans of reggae. It was fascinating. Like, literally fans of reggae. Like, they were reggae shops run by like Japanese people who tan too much.
Yeah.
And like wore dreads. It was great. It was like so funny to watch. But
and it's not like aping the culture. Like it's they just
really
like
had
they were
I think
fascinated
they just have
with
an
it.
appreciation for all cultures.
Yeah.
Really.
They do,
and they just kind of blend it
And
all in.
and they appreciate when people appreciate their culture.
Right.
Oh,
and then
absolutely.
they still do their traditions. They still have their festivals, and it's very, very Japanese, but they still embrace
Cherry blossom.
Oh yeah, they embrace a lot of different cultures. Go travel, get in your car, go drive
There's a
across
whole
the
world
country.
out there.
There's so much.
Right, and
to
it's not
see.
even like you don't even have to leave the country. Like this country, like America, you can go across the country and experience endless culture just from driving across the country.
Right.
There's a million different things, a million different like micro economic communities that you can experience just by going. Just go out there and find different things, and you will be amazed at how welcoming pretty much everyone in this country is.
Oh, yeah. So the bottom line is multiracial children.
You're right.
Different communities.
Have your children if you want to
have your children.
Don't
Experience
be
the
afraid.
different communities. Just don't
push your
don't
hang-ups.
believe the hyenas, okay?
Right.
Okay, they will probably treat you way better than what the hyenas will make you be afraid to experience. I mean, at least that's what I experienced.
Yeah, and don't push your hangups onto your kids.
Exactly.
Like if you're like super,
Yeah.
if you're to the point where you're concerned that your children being mixed race is going to be an issue, that's
A little bit more healing to do.
I think you need to fix yourself before you even need to consider having children, because like this isn't like 20 years ago where being mixed or light skinned or whatever is weird. Nobody gives a shit anymore.
Hyenas are the
Nobody
only
fucking
ones
cares.
that made that a thing, and nobody gives a shit about what they say.
Yes. Like I can't speak for all white people, but me personally, like nobody gives a shit. No one cares. Like I go to work.
You can. You're a part of the culture.
Well, okay, fine. Yes, as me as white person, I will speak for all of us and say
I've
that
never,
we don't give a shit.
I've never
care.
experienced that with any white men.
No.
There have been plenty that came to help mom out of her little shenanigans.
Yep.
Or help you fix your tire when I was at work.
Them.
Oh my God, yeah, there was this one time we're out in the middle of nowhere. I won't say the location, but it was literally out in the middle of the desert.
Quite literally in the middle of nowhere.
Literally, I had just gotten new tires. I drive up the road. I mean, it's literally country. There's nothing out there.
Yeah.
Country,
country.
okay?
There's just desolate isolation.
It could be terrifying if you're not as adventurous as me, right? And I had a blowout. I literally had just 20 minutes before, had gotten my tires out, and I had a sidewall blowout, right? Pull off. Luckily, my husband taught me how to change a tire, so I know I got out there and started doing it.
It's a very white man thing to do.
And who rolls up? This older white man in a button-down shirt and slacks got out of his car to help me change out my tire.
Dude, I have so many stories of white men coming to help, just to help. I've made it it's a series on this channel white men that come to save me. Yes, yes, white men. It's just, I think that y'all are just inherently we're just problem solvers. We just want to get you on with your day.
It is an innate protection mechanism that I feel like anybody who's actually a man, where if they see something that's a problem, they want to go and help.
Yeah. Well, and I can understand the fear aspect of, being apprehensive about.
Well, especially when you're told to fear.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And there is valid reasons for, because
not
of
anymore.
Our past, but not so
not
much
anymore for me.
Not anymore.
No.
Not really. Like very, very
at least,
few.
I mean, at least for the last 30 years.
Right.
At the very least, if not more.
We're not living in our grandparents' time, for sure.
Okay.
Again, the culture has evolved.
Yes.
Yes. All right, next subject.